But one more thing that I just wanted to ask: if people from India, we have to come up, into the world stage for such events, what would be your suggestion? How do we do it? How do we practice? How do we train? What is to be done for all the people over here? I'm sure there are a lot of people who are totally inspired by you and probably will start doing breves tomorrow if it was possible. But how do we do it?
Yeah, means it depends. Means I would say it needs a guy who is in ultra cycling. You need both the things. You need a guy who can ride, of course, who likes cycling and all. But you need a guy who can suffer. You need a guy who can actually who loves to suffer, who loves to actually see himself in dying or difficult kind of conditions. So you need a guy a gladiator kind of guy. You know, gladiators. They are put in the ring. They are means you must have seen movies. One of the guy actually dies.
Yeah,
So it is you need that kind of mind. Means you actually need a crazy guy. You
yeah,
means who doesn't who thinks that okay means even if I die doing this I'm fine. You know you need that kind of a guy. So it is very so of course cycling is there. So if you have that kind of a guy, he will sort out a cycling part of it. You know.
okay, yeah, yeah,
So it is actually reverse.
okay,
For actually, I feel in these kind of races, you need a character. You need a crazy character, and then you train this guy. So this is how it is. So you need a crazy character, a guy who can actually who loves to suffer, and then you train this guy, and this guy can actually then because in Trans-Siberian also, if you see, there are some very good riders, who have done Tour de France or they are ex-professional cyclists and all,
okay,
but they are not able to finish the race because it is so long and it is so mentally harassment that they actually gave up because they are only used to ride in Tour de France and all. It's all fast riding.
yeah,
You ride fast and then you go to the hotel, you sleep, and you have a lot of rest. And it is all in peloton riding.
okay,
So and this riding is very different. This riding is you are alone for 100, 200, 300 kilometer. You won't see anyone. You are just riding like a mad guy. So all these things will actually eat up into your mind.
right,
They will just they will screw up your mind. So and then you actually give up.
yeah,
If you see the year when I did Trans-Siberian, there was this guy who has done Tour de France, who has been on teams, professional guy, but he couldn't finish Trans-Siberian.
okay,
But why? Because uh, he only knows how to ride fast.
mm,
He doesn't know how to ride long. So
mm,
there is a massive difference. So so you need a different kind of athlete to do this kind of races.
right,
An athlete who might not be very fast, but an athlete who can actually really suffer and won't give up no matter what. So it is a very different character you need for races like Ram, Trans-Siberian.
right. So mental training is actually more important for people who.
Yeah, it is equally important and it is a mental build-up. When you are actually training for a race like Trans-Siberian, you actually even with physical training you have to think about the suffering you are going to get into the race and you are actually you should imagine the suffering and then you should imagine that you are getting through that suffering and you are doing the race successfully.
Wow.
So you have to build up yourself for that kind of a thing that no matter what, I will actually not leave the race. I will continue. Somehow I will continue because I never imagined the kind of difficulties I had in Trans-Siberian, even in RAM also. Uh, means how your mind behaves when it is sleep deprived is very different.
Okay.
And in Trans-Siberian, I was riding one stage. I was riding almost 500-600 kilometers in rain.
Yeah.
Only rain.
2 days. Yeah.
500-600 kilometers of rain is what? It
Hmm.
is only rain. It is like and cold rain.
Yeah.
So it is all uh, and all depressing atmosphere. There is no sunlight. It's all cloudy, gloomy, and it is raining. And we had that kind of uh, uh, atmosphere. Means, and then I still got through it.
Okay.
So
In fact, there was one of these questions that which I just remembered when you said this. It was like, how do you push yourself, even at the point of giving up? How do you just motivate yourself and just stop everything and just go, just keep riding? How do you do that? Is there a mental training for that, or is it just attitude, or?
I think it's the attitude. Means I think it's like I know I'm. It is like telling yourself, this is all. I'm getting really hammered over here, but I will not just give up. So it's just maybe as I was saying, it's a character. It's a means even I am surprised that this kind of character resides under me, means
Okay.
inside me. And I can actually I talk about that guy as if these are two different guys. Uh,
Okay.
so
Super.
so
So
yeah, and actually I think it's the I think it's the behavior of that person who actually what determines. I you can give up or you can suffer a little bit more, and then you can because there is no enjoyment in ultra cycling
mm,
after a point. All the enjoyment is now now I'm able to talk about with all of you that I did this, I did that, this is how I did. But I would say anybody can do this. Means anybody who is mad enough or crazy enough or who is hungry enough. I would say hungry enough is the right word.
yeah,
So if you are hungry enough, you will find out the way to do these things.
yeah. And there was also one very pertinent question. There was somebody who was asking whether a vegetarian can do this without meat, protein, and or things like that. Complete
I
vegetarian.
think yeah, you can do it. Means there are so many ways to get protein and all. So
Mhm.
if somebody's body is habituated to it and all, I think very much a vegetarian can also do it.
Okay. And how
Yeah.
about your? How do you condition yourself? Do you have a specific diet for events like this? As in, you'll have a specific diet for exercise, but when you come to an event, do you change your diet for a period of a month or something like that?
Uh, I actually don't means I don't means there is no such special diet I do.
Okay.
I only eat home cooked food. All our own Indian food only, all rice, dal, chapati,
The best.
and everything. And then of course I eat eggs
Okay.
to supplement the protein part.
Right.
And then that is the only thing I do. I don't uh, have some special diet or something कि ये ऐसे ही बनना है जो घर में बनता है वही खाता हूँ सिर्फ ज्यादा खाता हूँ है ना because when I'm training more I will eat more when I'm training less I will not eat more I will
Right.
just control it so and then I of course supplement with a lot of eggs 6 to 7 eggs a day and then that is how I do and then for races like ram and trans-siberian yeah of course uh, you can design some liquid food and all
Mhm.
but you will always need that solid food
Yeah.
so you should have liquid food but yeah you should have means you can very much do ram on your like 50% of Indian food, and then 50% is all supplemented through chocolates and all.
Gels, bars, and all those.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we generally finish it off very fast, but since it is you are talking such pretty important stuff for all of us, we've just prolonging it a little bit. But we have to come back to our rapid fire round. So this is something that very quick things. It will be two alternative things. Which one you would prefer, this or that? So it's a rapid fire. So without thinking, you can just think which one you would prefer. So let me start off with the first one. Which one do you prefer, MTB or road bike?
Road bike.
Road bike or gravel bike?
Road bike.
Oh, okay, super. Continuous riding or power naps? As in sleeping at the end or power naps in between, small, small.
Depends on distance.
Okay. Indoor or outdoor cycling?
Outdoor.
Steel cycle or carbon cycle?
Speed.
Speed. Okay.
Yeah.
Whichever faster. Okay. Solo or group rides?
Solo.
Solo. Okay. Khar ka khana or riding gels?
Huh?
Khar ka khana or the gels and bars?
घर का खाना.
Obviously. Okay. Disc or rim brakes?
Rim.
Rim. Because it's lighter?
Because it is less maintenance.
Oh, yes. Okay. Cleats or platform? Pedals?
Cleats.
Awesome. Okay. That's the end of the performance. I mean, sorry, the rapid fire round. So just checking out your preference on a few of the common things that most cyclists don't agree on. So